Former President John Dramani Mahama has called for the immediate passage of the Social Protection and Aged Bill. This follows growing concerns about the frequent abuse of the country's aging population, especially women. Speaking at the first Aging Conference in Accra to commemorate this year's International Day of Older Persons, Mr. Mahama said he believes enhanced legislations will contribute largely to protecting the rights of aged persons in Ghana. Citi Newsroom's Fauzu Masaudu has the rest of the story.
Introduced in 1990 by the United Nations, the International Day of Older Persons is observed annually to raise awareness of the challenges and issues faced by older persons worldwide. The day also seeks to promote the importance of respecting and caring for older persons while highlighting their significant contribution to society. In Ghana, however, many individuals within the aging population are still faced with various disparities, including witchcraft allegations, poverty, and social exclusion, a situation that the former president, John Dramani Mahama, attributes to the non-existence of robust legislations to protect the rights of the aged.
Many issues affecting healthy aging in Ghana, and these include a lack of subsidized healthcare and transport, the near absence of both geriatric centers for specialized care and aged-friendly environments in our communities, abuse of the rights of the elderly, and low pension allowances and incomes. As a key step, we must reinforce the legal framework that protects the interests and the rights of the aged by facilitating the passage of the Social Protection Bill and the Aged Persons Bills.
Despite a relatively low rate of Ghana's aging population, many of them are bedeviled with the inability to afford quality health care due to financial constraints. In his address, Mr. Mahama proposed the introduction of special programs and initiatives to mitigate the healthcare deficits within the aging population.
I also promised the establishment of a cancer and kidney trust fund to offer support to victims suffering from these diseases that are very expensive to treat. We find that a lot of our relatives who have cancer or kidney ailments, these are very expensive diseases because if you go for dialysis or you go for radiation treatment or chemotherapy, these are very expensive. And so we propose to set up a cancer and kidney diseases trust fund. And government will put in some money and we'll get seed money from even the private sector. And this will be used to extend assistance to the poor and vulnerable who cannot afford to be able to undergo these treatments.
Additionally, National Secretary of the Ghana Government Pensioners Association, Joe Quist, called on government to increase the remuneration of workers to ensure an appreciable pension allowance when they retire.
Let us decentralize the working of retirement benefits. 2, let Social Welfare Ministry set up homes for the older persons or senior citizens to avoid creating paupers in the streets of Ghana. 3, government must enhance the take-home pay of ordinary workers, not MDs, managing directors, not directors, not MPs, not presidents. They are taking enough already. In order to reflect handsomely in their retirement pay when they come on retirement.
Now, the Ghana Kidney Association is calling on government to come up with a system of insurance to cover the cost of treatment of kidney diseases, as has been the case in many countries. Kidney specialist who double as the president of the Ghana Kidney Association, Professor Samson Entry, tells Citi News an alarming number of children in particular who are diagnosed with the disease are left to die due to the high cost of treatment. The following report by Citi News' Bureau Chief for the Middle Belt, Edward Opomafu, provides more insight into the prevalence of the disease and how patients have been struggling to meet the financial demands that come with it.
Nanama, not her real name, has been battling kidney disease for the past 6 years. She was diagnosed with it at the age of 11. She narrates the horrendous experiences she has been going through since then. She says treatment of the disease, which comes at a high cost, has had a significant toll on her family's finances, as they have sold many of their properties in order for her to stay alive and are now facing difficulties in taking care of her.
But say ya ran ba na me corporate na me join so me ho like na my hwan kakra me ntimi nya me ho hwe me tefa kosa di se bibi kakra ya me ekom dem kakra bia na mani su biri me na se ya na matu ato na me ho na me basa basa metina fa kosa kopem se ma me ko bebi o be ko beba se sa me su sa na me di arewo me mu.
Kidney specialist and president of the Ghana Kidney Association, Professor Samson Nenchi, who has for years been attending to persons with kidney diseases at the Komfanoji Teaching Hospital, shares an unfortunate development where children in particular who are diagnosed with a disease are usually left to die.
Some years we get 25 children who come with end-stage kidney disease. In the past years, sometimes we get 40. The sad thing is that when it comes to the chronic, the end stage, we haven't got a program where children are on chronic dialysis like our adult counterparts. Not that the expertise is not there. We are trying to move towards there. The bottom line is cost. They will pay the same cost. It is not half what the adults are paying.
Touching on the recent controversies that arose following the decision of authorities at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital to increase the cost of dialysis, the president of the Ghana Kidney Association says the consumables used are imported into the country and as such are very expensive because of the exchange rate. He thus wants government to come up with an insurance system that will relieve patients of the burden associated with the costs of dialysis.
The government must consider paying a bit, apart from the tax waivers, government must consider paying part of the cost of dialysis.
One major issue that doctors who have been treating kidney diseases and also persons who are battling kidney failure have been complaining about is the issue of funding. They are calling on relevant authorities such as the government to provide a sustainable way of supporting in treating these diseases to alleviate the burden of these persons who are suffering from the diseases. For Citi News, I'm Edward Upon Marfo, Kumasi.